Imagine a battle where all hope seems lost. Mighty armies clash, and the forces of darkness are on the verge of overwhelming everything you hold dear. Then, just when despair sets in, an unexpected, terrifying, and utterly unstoppable force appears to turn the tide. This is precisely what happened with the Oathbreakers at Pelennor. The Oathbreakers, often known as the Dead Men of Dunharrow, played a truly decisive role in winning the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Their spectral arrival instilled such profound terror that it broke the will of Sauron's allied armies, effectively clearing a path and allowing Aragorn's forces to relieving the besieged city of Minas Tirith. The reason for their overwhelming impact lies in their supernatural nature and a very ancient curse. These were not living warriors. They were spectral beings, ghosts bound to Middle-earth by an unfulfilled oath sworn to Isildur, a king from long ago. Their very presence was an assault on the senses of the living, chilling hearts and sapping courage. The Haradrim and Easterlings, who fought for Sauron, were mortals who deeply feared the unknown and the supernatural. Confronted by thousands of silent, unkillable specters led by the heir of the very king they had betrayed, their morale shattered instantly. This wasn't a fight they could win with swords or arrows. It was a confrontation with their deepest fears, a force that simply could not be stopped by physical means. Their arrival at the Pelennor Fields was sudden and dramatic. Aragorn, the rightful heir to the throne of Gondor, had called upon them to fulfill their ancient promise. When the Oathbreakers streamed into the battle, they did not engage in traditional combat. Instead, their terrifying presence caused such panic and flight among Sauron's forces that entire legions of enemies scattered in disarray, trampled by their own fear. They swept away the enemy lines from the besieged city, creating a critical opening. This allowed Aragorn and his human army, arriving by ship, to land and join the desperate defense of Minas Tirith, completely changing the momentum of the battle. These dead men were originally hillmen from the White Mountains who swore an oath to Isildur to fight against Sauron. However, when the time came, they betrayed their vow and fled. For their cowardice and broken promise, Isildur cursed them to never find peace until their oath was fulfilled. They became known as the King of the Dead and his host, a silent, menacing army awaiting their chance at redemption. Aragorn, as Isildur's direct descendant, had the authority to command them and releases them from their tormented existence once their duty was done. This ancient magic, rooted in a millennia-old betrayal and a royal decree, made them an unstoppable psychological weapon in the darkest hour. So, while they didn't wield swords in the traditional sense, the Oathbreakers' role was undeniably crucial. They didn't just clear a path, they broke the spirit of a vast segment of Sauron's army, turning certain defeat into a fighting chance. Their terrifying, otherworldly intervention at the Pelennor Fields was a perfectly timed blow to the enemy's morale, showcasing how courage and ancient promises, even from the spectral realm, can decide the fate of Middle-earth. They were the chilling, silent heralds of hope, fulfilling their cursed destiny to secure victory.